I'm Josh Hardy. I am the co-owner of SMA here, one of the coaches also, and I am 29 years old.
What kind of people can you help?
I like to say I can help a lot of people, but I mostly tend to get lots of clients based around the athletic-based goals and posture-based goals, really into the functional kind of training, and I really enjoy anatomy. And so anything that allows me to utilize my anatomy knowledge to help people sit up taller, feel stronger, and have better movement patterns, move their body better, which then applies to the sports that they play or just the general well-being goals they have as well. And I tend to do a lot of nutrition programming as well.
What common problems do you find that people have with their fitness?
That's a very interesting one. Consistency is a major thing. I also find that there's a lot of information out there that to a lot of people I communicate that I'm an organizer. I just organize the information that they're already reading, but helping them understand that this is what they need to start on first, this is what they need to work on next, and then that's what they work on after, and laying that pathway out for them so that they can follow that path and then remain consistent without getting too overwhelmed with the knowledge.
Where were you before you entered the fitness industry?
Before the fitness industry, I was actually a heavy diesel mechanic and also a male stripper. That's what I did on the side. And I was just looking for a reason to bring in lots of cash flow so that I could create a level of financial freedom for myself.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years' time, ideally having this business really functional on both the inside and the outside. There's a lot of mechanics that go behind running a business. Having that operational side sorted means that Navarre and myself, we can focus on taking this gym to whatever we decide is the next level, but it's all around moving people more towards getting familiar with the holistic approach, familiarizing themselves with that, and making it popular as well. And whether that's through retreats or high ticket coaching or maybe even a larger gym, something of that nature that really serves the vision of making the holistic way a lot more popular.
How has your inspiration for fitness changed over the years?
When I first started, my main inspiration was more out of insecurity. I didn't feel strong when I played sport, and in the mirror I still had some things that I was identifying that I wanted to improve, and so everything was more about making my body look better and be stronger. But these days it's more about how good I feel and how well can I feel, and also longevity. I'm really starting to already think about what life's going to be when I'm 60, when I'm 70, when I'm 80, and knowing that I also want to be thriving when I'm that age. And so some of the things I'm integrating in my training now is to just have a really solid foundation for well-being for the rest of my life and existence.
What is a quote you like and why does it resonate with you?
There's a lot of quotes that I can't think of, but probably the first one that comes to mind is one we've just written in the hallway in the gym, and it's how you do one thing is how you do everything. I've learned in my experience that when I pursue success in certain areas, some of the principles that I learn on how to achieve the success with the consistency and the intention behind what I do, then taking that into a new area of life when I'm pursuing success, that really helps me run that template and achieve the goals that I want. So really focusing on those, I guess, core habits of doing a few set of things right with a strong attitude, and having that strong attitude across other areas of my life has really helped me.
What are some of your favourite fitness achievements?
Interestingly, it's more around the things that I've been able to be consistent at. So definitely on the surface, I've done a bunch of ultra marathons and a bunch of endurance events that I'm very proud of, but it's more of being able to stick to the training leading up to those events. And I haven't checked my numbers, but it's I'm up to about 1,300, I'm close to 1,400 cold showers, 3-minute cold showers every morning, every day in a row. And I've just crossed over 800 days of doing mobility every single day as well. And those consistent habits, just doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, they have really taught me a lot about myself, and it's more about sticking to something for an extended period of time, which is what I'm actually most proud of.
What do you love to learn about?
I love to learn about philosophy. I've almost just finished a book from a 14th century samurai, actually Japanese samurai, Miyamoto Musashi is his name. But anything around philosophy that comes from, I guess just a very keen interest that I've got in how the human race has evolved over time and how we think, why we're here, why we do things in the way we do. And philosophy has really helped me find a good set of values and morals to live my life by. And it's given me a good understanding of why the world is the way it is, and gives me a good insight on how I want to navigate life and contribute to the world moving forward. So philosophy has had a very big impact on my life, and I'm going to continue to study that for the rest of my life.
If fitness and personal training wasn't your career, what would it be?
fitness and personal training wasn't my career, what would it be? It would be public speaking. Public speaking is like the life goal dream of mine. That's the vision. I want to spend my life like speaking and sharing. And so if it's not public speaking, it's something that works directly towards doing that, whether it's storytelling, content creating on like YouTube and putting content out there. And if I wasn't doing any of that and needed to get cash flow, I'd probably be a salesman. I'd probably be selling stuff. It's probably the fastest way I reckon I could get a cash flow to then fund the dreams to become a public speaker. All right, let's go.
What is your favourite gym exercise and why?
Muscle up. I don't know why, but this is the first one that popped into mind. But if I think about it, it's a strong calisthenic movement that is it's equipment. It's very light in equipment. You only need a set of rings, and it's both a combined push and a pull.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
I don't even know what my biggest pet peeve is. Probably people not telling the truth. I get real triggered over like lying and just people just not telling the truth. I'm big on honesty.
What's something embarrassing that you've done?
I don't know what, I wrote these questions. I don't know if I actually had to say, you guys have to tell me if this is right, but like, oh actually, I've got an embarrassing one, slightly more appropriate one. There's less than a poo story. So an embarrassing thing I did, it's more of my actions were manipulated on the television to make me look like an act that I didn't do. I had a friend that was on The Bachelor and the TV show, and then I went with him when he filmed The Celebrity Apprentice the following year, and so I ended up on set with him and we're doing this competition, and I was like basically a member of the public as part of this competition, and a Big Brother contestant, one of the guys from the TV show, he was like, hey, let's moon the opposing team. So we went out, pulled our pants down and mooned the opposing competition. Then what the directors did, they say, hey, sorry, we've got to refilm this shot. And then they set the cameras up, they refilmed the shot, but we happened to be on boats and we're driving down like the Sydney river area. And then 6 months later when they aired the show, I was like, yeah, mum, I'm gonna be on TV. And I'm sitting in the living room with my mum. And what they did, they were like, they said in the ad, like, these two guys, they mooned the Prime Minister, and they reorganized the shots to show a frame of the guy saying, oh, look, there's the Prime Minister's house, boo, should we moon them? And then they cut and trimmed the shots together of us two mooning the Prime Minister's house, and that's how they marketed the show. And my mum was horrified, and I didn't know it was going to happen, and I actually had to sit down in my living room with my family whilst that happened. If anyone's met my mum, she's a very sweet, soft and vanilla lady. It was an internal family embarrassment that I had to deal with. I don't know if you guys know that story, but yeah. And she told her friends about it as well. Well, she told her friends that my son's going to be on TV, and my grandma as well. And then when it aired, it was like, and I didn't know it was going to happen anyway because that's why I hate the media. Okay. If I had to pick a fad diet style, I'd probably either pick keto or carnivore. Definitely, I do enjoy eating lots of meat, and I've tried vegetarian and vegan and other types. I just didn't really enjoy that. I would have preferred to go carnivore, but it would be a carnivore diet that incorporates lots of fruits, because I still love fruits, and I actually still like salad. But then keto is also good because I love a bulletproof coffee, and I really enjoy high-fat diets as well. So that's probably what I go with.
Favourite comfort food?
Burgers, 100% burgers. I had a burger yesterday actually. All sorts of burgers.
Annoying habits that you do?
I'm always late. I'm always late, and I always try, and I get anxiety about running late, and then I think about running late so much that then I slow myself down, and then I rock up late to things, and I still do it to this day, and people are smirking because I'm still always late.
How many hidden talents?
Hidden talents. There's a bunch of random things that I do tend to surprise people with, but off the top of the head, I'd probably say juggling and guitar. Well, you're hinting something? I can crack apples in half. That's a good one as well. Yeah.
If you have any magical superpower, what would it be?
One of my favourite superheroes is the Flame Guy of Fantastic Four. So if I could be that guy, if like I got to pick like a superhero to be, it'd be like that or Spider-Man, but probably the ability to make fire or to fly. I really like flying. Lock it in, flying. I wish I could fly and make fire.
Fly guy. Fly.
Flying fly guy. Flyer.
What is your go-to dance move? Can you show us?
Oh, that was, I forgot about that. Was your missus, Camilla, said put that question in there. Yeah, so I don't really have a favourite dance move these days because obviously I have history of doing male stripping, and I kind of learned how to dance during that, so I don't really have a particular style. But before I did that, I had like it was like a hip thing, because I used to do this, like maybe I'll stand on this side, and we used to go like, you just do this everywhere, and we worked out, like my mates and I, that if you had 2 drinks in your hand with a things and like you're in like 2 full drinks. We figured out you could do this and not spill anything, and then you could just walk around in the dance floor and then sip the drinks, and that was like our 18-year-old clubbing go-to dance move. So
What would be your worst punishment?
probably not be able to talk to people. Just the confinement of just like not be able to like talk someone's ear off. As all the coaches know, I just love a yarn. So if I couldn't talk to anyone, I'd probably go insane.
Say thank you.
All right, give us a wave. Thanks for watching. All right, wave to the camera. Thanks for watching. All right, wave to the camera and then say thanks for watching. Thanks for my rapid fire questions.